Okay. Yeah, okay. Good afternoon. It's April the 2nd, 2024. This is the House Judiciary Committee. Thanks for tuning in. All right. So we have quite a few. Oh, this is going to be a wonderful hour, everybody. Bringing you the greatest hits of the 60s, 70s, and more. Traffic and weather on the 8s. All right. Senate Bill 708 is a family. There's a favorable and a second. Do we need to amend this one or we need to amend the next one? We need to do the next one. All right. So I think people understand this is allowing for kinship care. This has been something that DHS has been working on. It clearly is a departmental from the Senate bill, but they didn't get it to us in time, and that's why I dropped it. And you can see the next bill on the list. So this is a favorable. There has been a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion on Senate Bill 708? We already did that part. We did that part. Seeing none, right, the vice chair?
Yes.
Yes, Munoz. Yes, Crutchfield. Yes, Cardin. Yes, Sample Hughes. Yes, Embry. Yes, Pasteur. Yes, Tolles. Today, yes. Schmidt. Yes, Simmons. Yes, Boucher. Yes, Phillips. Yes, Roberson. Yes, Tomlinson. Yes, Erican. Yes, Taylor. Yes, Simpson. Yes, Grammer. Yes, Moon. Yes, Valentine. Yes, Conaway is excused. Yes, I'm sorry, Kaufman.
Yes.
Yes, and Williams.
Yes.
Yes. There's amendments to conform 1499 to 708, and then we'll do a thingy. All right, so amendments to conform. All in favor of the amendments to conform, raise your hands. 2, 3, 4. Do you wait? Hold on a second. Delegate Tolles, do you not see the amendments to conform? So it's effectively if you look at the Senate bill, the third reading Senate bill, it's the same as the third reading Senate bill. Okay. So let's try it again. All in favor of the amendment to conform, please raise your hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Anybody opposed? The amendment to conform is adopted. I'd hear a motion to allow the vote for Senate Bill 708 to be identical to the vote for House Bill 1499. There's a motion and a second. Is there any objection to that? If there's objection, we'll do a roll call. Otherwise, all right, we will transfer the votes from 708 to 1499 and move that legislation forward. So now we have Senate Bill 7, and
Such a good bill.
it really is, but now Claire has given me information that causes me some degree of concern. So I believe that the Senate took the House bill that we sent over with the language that said that it needed to be unsolicited, and they appear to have stripped out the language for unsolicited.
Are you sure?
That's what Claire says. So what I'm going to do, I'm not. Yeah, I'm going to take, no, I'm going to, we will just, I would ask for a motion. I will offer an amendment to conform SB 7 to the version that we passed it out in the House.
Yeah.
And we'll send it over there.
Second.
All right. And so all in favor of that amendment, raise your hands. Do you want to ask a question? I'm sorry. Okay, let's try that again. All for a conforming amendment, raise your hands. Anybody opposed? Okay. So again, we're conforming it to the House bill. It's a motion for a favorable and a second on Senate Bill 7. All right.
Look, don't break, this is in the delegation. This is the That's not the whole thing. Yeah.
I think that Delegate Valentine's worked very hard on this bill, and it's been for a couple of years, and I think that he made a reasonable concession, and I think we all agree with it. And what are they doing? Anyway, so the vice chair.
I just want to ask my question to Delegate Valentine.
Yeah.
What is your position on where we're going right now?
We conformed it already.
What is my position? I was for the amendment.
No, I know that, but what I'm saying is we just amended the Senate bill. Basically, it's gonna, they don't concur, it's gonna slow down the bill a little bit. And I just wanted to see what your position was on that. Okay,
I don't
that
know.
works.
So here's where we are. The House bill, I think, is making its way from JPR now. So we should catch it tomorrow, the next day. We can move not to concur. We can get this into a conference committee and hopefully
Oh, we have that concurrence.
we have the concurrence.
Yeah, that's how I found out.
Oh, so they've actually finished, and they've passed the bill.
Yeah, I got the email with the concurrence. That's how I found out they did it.
All right, so they're asking for our concurrence in the change they made to the bill?
Oh.
Okay, so we're a little further along in the process. Yeah, so they've already passed it. So what we have is and if we wanted to, we could move. All right, we're on one motion at a time here. So we're on the bill as amended right now. So we've got the bill as amended to take it back to the House version. We're at that point today, right this second.
Yeah.
So let's deal with one thing at a time. We're on the bill as amended, makes it go back to the House version. Any discussion on that? Delegate Grammer.
Yeah, I just wanted to clarify Delegate Bartlett's question. Was her question would you be willing to accept the Senate version? Is that what you were trying to get at and asking Delegate Valentine?
That is what I was trying to get at. But more importantly, I needed to know, one, if we were going to accept it, or two, if he, if he was.
I mean, would you be willing to accept the Senate version? I think that's what she's asking.
Actually, that's not really, what I'm asking is, here's what I was asking. I wanted to make sure he understood the consequences of the votes we were taking. That's all I was asking. I wasn't going one way or the other, just whether or not you understand the consequences of the potential consequences that could happen as a result of the votes we were taking. That's all.
Mike?
The amended version they've passed out and it goes for third reader. I think it's on either today or tomorrow of my version has already been through the entire process.
It's coming back over.
It'll come back. No, it's
We'll get it.
And they
Not-
didn't amend it.
not mine.
They did. They did amend it.
Oh.
Today.
No.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So are they in different postures, I guess, is the question.
Yeah.
It appears that they're in different postures.
So that was my.
Yes.
Now I need to read that.
Let's do this. Let's just make sure, before we go a step further, we're gonna keep going with this list.
Okay.
But I'm gonna ask Claire to just confirm that what they passed is in a different posture from what we sent over to them.
They stripped they stripped the House bill. They stripped the amendment off the House bill.
They stripped the amendment off the House bill. Okay, so do we have the paperwork to move not to concur?
Well, yeah, but it's in the email. I mean.
Okay, so we can't do it today. We can't do it.
That amendment didn't.
You have the paperwork? Or not to concur?
Did you talk to your senator? I know, that's why I'm thinking it might be a mistake.
In fact, he testified to the fact that he was for that amendment. That's not
why
an issue.
That's why I'm perplexed too. So I'm kind of wondering whether,
But I'm looking at the third
No.
reader.
He's not on JPR, but he was for that amendment. I spoke with him on multiple occasions about this. This was not an issue.
Oh, no, it is in the third.
Is what in the third reader?
Not solicited by the police officer who is the subject of the feedback.
So that language is there?
They stripped-
Yeah, it's, that's
They're
under that third
stripping
reader
it from their
text.
amendment.
Maybe on the floor.
They are
Maybe they should be on the
JPR
floor.
stripped it.
I don't know. I'll ask her.
You know what? I wonder if Golden stripped it.
One moment, please. Okay, right now we're on Senate Bill 7. Right now we're on Senate Bill 7 and the options that I'll get into with Delegate Valentine's bill. Hunter, I'm going to ask you to print that. The options that we have are, we can go ahead and move to, we already have adopted the amendment. We can just vote the bill back in the form that the House passed the bill and send it back to the Senate. Then on the House bill, what I'm willing to do right now is we have three options. One, we could have a motion to agree to take the Senate amendment, which strips out our language, which I'm not keen about, or we, consistent with what Claire is saying and consistent with what the senator was saying there at the table, we could just ask the Senate to recede from the amendment. We could just ask the Senate to recede from the amendment and not do a conference committee. Or we can go and we can set 3 people to do a conference committee.
I'm fully committed to the House version of the bill.
All right.
So
So, okay, that's what we needed to hear. So we have the version that does something that turns the Senate bill into the way that we passed the House bill. And so we have that before us, and the motion, I believe, was for a favorable with an amendment. And it was seconded. All right. Any further discussion? I don't think we need any more. All right. Don't see any more. The vice chair.
Yes.
Yes. Munoz.
Yes.
Yes. Crutchfield.
Yes.
Yes. Cardin.
Yeah.
Yes. Sample Hughes. Yes. Embry. Yes. Pasteur. Yes. Tolles. Yes. Schmidt. Yes. Simmons. Yes. Boucher. Yes. Phillips. Yes. Roberson. Yes. Tomlinson. Yes. Erican. Yes. Taylor. Yes. Simpson. Yes. Grammer. Yes. Moon. Yes. Valentine.
what bill we're on?
We're on Senate
Are
Bill
we still on
7.
bill number 7? Yes.
Okay, we take it all back.
I'm sorry, really? Really? Valentine votes yes. Kaufman?
Yes.
Williams?
Yes.
All right. Conway excused. All right, so that's Senate Bill 7. And just as advertised, not on your list, but right before me at least, is House Bill 973, which we have received back from JPR. We have the option to concur in the Senate amendments, but I don't think that's going to happen. Not concur and suggest the Senate recede from their amendments, or not concur and set up a conference committee. House Bill 973 is the cross file for the bill we just heard. This is the cross file. This is Delegate Valentine's bill.
Thank you.
So would you prefer the conference, or would you, the challenge with just throwing it back over and saying, we ask you to recede, is that it can sit there.
Yeah.
This could also sit there, but at least in setting a conference, okay. I'm fine with it. I'm good. Either way.
Okay.
Conference,
Same face.
1 moment, please. All right. Making the vice chair the chair of the conference committee, Delegate Valentine and Delegate Williams. Yep. All right. All right. There's a motion not to concur in the Senate amendments. Is there a second? All right, any discussion? Seeing none. All in favor of the motion not to concur, please raise your hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. All right, anybody opposed? Nobody's opposed. We will be appointing the vice chair, Delegate Valentine, Delegate Williams, to the conference or suggesting them for the conference committee. Oh, oops, sorry. Okay. Well, we're 3 bills into it and it's only 3 o'clock. Senate Bill 270 is an administration bill. It's a motion for a favorable. Lauren, I think. Just changing the membership of the board and that's it. We've got the favorable. Is there a second? All right. So we're on the bill with a favorable. Is there any discussion on the bill? Seeing none. The vice chair?
Yes.
Yes. Munoz?
Yes.
Yes. Crutchfield? Yes. Cardin? Yes. Sample Hughes? Yes. Embry? Yes. Pasteur? Yes. Tolles? Yes. Schmidt? Yes. Simmons? Yes. Boucher? Yes. Phillips? Yes. Roberson? Yes. Tomlinson? Yes. Erican? Yes. Taylor? Yes. Simpson? Yes. Grammer? Yes. Moon? Yes. Valentine? Yes. Kaufman? Yes. Williams? Yes. Here. Okay, Senate Bill 402. And there are no amendments. Favorable in a second, there are no amendments. Any further discussion on Senate Bill 402? Seeing none, the vice chair?
Yes.
Munoz? Crutchfield? Cardin? Sample Hughes? Embry? Pasteur? Tolles? Schmidt? Simmons? Boucher? Phillips? Roberson? Tomlinson? Erican? Taylor? Simpson? Grammer? Moon? Valentine? Kaufman? Williams? Conaway excused. The vote is unanimous on the favorable. Senate Bill 687. Motion for a favorable and a second. This is to do with bail bonds, which have historically been different in Prince George's and the better part of Southern Maryland. Not really a local bill, but has clearly just a local impact. Are there questions? We have a motion and a second on the bill. Any Delegate Tolles?
Thank you. This was before many of our time here in the assembly. There was, I think this is when Muse was here previously, there was some bond bill. Can you talk a little bit about that, Mr. Chair, how this will be different than what was done before? I know the bond was, I just want to see how this, if that plays into that, because I know there was some talk about making it so, making it easier for bail for minorities who need to make bail. So not sure if I'm making sense here, but there was a previous bail bill.
The law
Trying to see-
used to be for the 7th Judicial Circuit, which includes Prince George's County and the counties to the south of Prince George's County, where they had a different structure and a different regulatory structure for the bail bonds industry and for private bail bonds as opposed to the rest of the state. What this bill does is it brings that circuit in line with the rest of the state. So it makes it all the same. And so the rules would be the same for bail bondsmen in that part of the state. And Claire, can you talk at all to the ways that the Seventh Circuit was different and how it's being adjusted to current law?
I don't know all the ins and outs of it. I could, look into that for you and let you know, but I do know that
I'm sorry, it's hard to hear you because it's raining back here.
I don't know all the details of it,
Mhm.
but I do know that under the current law, they're required to pay a license fee of 1% of the gross value of all bail bonds written in all courts of the circuit, but also, apparently that's the Seventh Circuit has changed to the statewide procedures. Ever since 2022, they've been following the statewide procedures. Anyway, and this is just codifying it.
So and then in looking at the bill, in the Seventh Judicial Circuit, the bail bondsman had to pay a license fee of 1%, as Claire mentioned. Also, there are rules in the rest of the state regarding a property bondsman, meaning a person other than a defendant who executes a bail bond secured by real estate. So you're taking out a bond on your property on a house in order to put in a bond for somebody. And the Seventh Circuit did not allow a property bondsman to exist. As if I'm reading this right. So now that gets stricken from the law and it would allow that to exist in the Seventh Circuit like everywhere else.
With what was done before.
Not really. No.
Okay,
This is just
got it.
this is bringing the Seventh Circuit in
Okay.
line with everybody else.
Okay, got it. Thank you so much for the explanation.
All right. Any other questions? Seeing none. The Vice Chair,
Yes.
Munoz. Crutchfield? Yes. Carden? Sure. Sample Hughes? Yes. Embry? Yes. Pasteur? Yes. Tolles? Yes. Schmidt? Yes. Simmons? Yes. Boucher? Yes. Phillips? Yes. Roberson? Yes. Tomlinson? Yes. Erican? Yes. Taylor? Yes. Simpson? Yes. Grammer? Yes. Moon? Yes. Valentine? Yes. Kaufman?
Yes.
Yes. Williams? All right. It's unanimous. Moving right along. Senate Bill 840, as I look down the table at Delegate Phillips. Senate Bill 840 has to do with license plate readers. There's a motion for a favorable. I don't believe it needs an amendment, correct? Oh, wait, is there a correct?
To the House bill.
Yeah, oh, that's right. We're conforming it to the House. We're conforming it to the House bill. Okay. There's an amendment to conform that's been moved and seconded. Any discussion on the motion to conform to the House? All right, seeing none, all in favor of conforming to the House bill, raise your hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 18, 19, 20. All right, anybody opposed? It's adopted unanimously. So we're on the bill as amended. There's motion for a favorable and a second. Bill is amended. Any further discussion on Senate Bill 840? Seeing none, the Vice Chair,
Yes.
Munoz. Yes. Crutchfield? Yes. Carden? Yes. Sample Hughes? Yes. Embry? Yes. Pasteur? Yes. Tolles? Yes. Schmidt? Yes. Simmons? Yes. Boucher? Yes. Phillips? Yes. Roberson? Yes. Tomlinson? Yes. Erican? No. Taylor? Yes. Simpson? Yes. Grammer? No. Moon? Yes. Valentine? Yes. Conaway? Kaufman?
Yes.
Yes. Williams? Yes. Twenty-one to 1. 2? Who voted against? Oh, Grammer, I'm sorry, 20 to 2, sorry. Oh. Can't wait to have another referendum in Baltimore City. Can't wait. I needed so many referendums. Yeah, so many referendi. Is this a conforming amendment? Actually, no. It's clean? Okay.
Move favor.
Oh, can't wait to vote on this issue again and again and again. I'm gonna move on very quickly. Any discussion? Can I have a motion?
Move favor.
Favorable in a second? All right. Is there any further discussion on this bill to create the mother of all referenda? All right, the vice chair?
Yes.
Yes. Munoz? Yes. Crutchfield?
Yes.
Yes. Carden? Yes. Sample Hughes? Yes. Embry? Yes. Pasteur? Yes. Tolles? Yes. Schmidt? Yes. Simmons? Yes. Boucher? Yes. Phillips? Yes. Roberson? Yes. Tomlinson? Yes. Erican? No. Taylor? Yes. Simpson? Yes. Grammer? Yes. Moon? Yes. Valentine? Yes. Conaway? Excused. Kaufman?
Yes.
Yes. Williams?
Yes.
All right, 21-1. Last bill, a work group on home detention monitoring.
Move favor.
All right. Favorable and a second. All right, is there discussion on the bill? Delegate Valentine.
I did have a question in some of the testimony. It looks like a lot of different people or entities wanted to be on this work group. Was that addressed or was that something that's forthcoming or is everybody satisfied? Because I was trying to look through some of the amendments, or not satisfied, but the majority of the people that wanted to be on there.
I think the private home detention monitoring agencies would love another person on there, but I think that they've got one. There are some of us, perhaps myself included, that believes one's too many. But having said that.
That was actually what I was getting at. I think that was in testimony. And
I
I think
understand that. I mean, look, we've been trying to have a work group on this issue since 2021. And the membership wasn't appointed in the previous administration. It hasn't gotten off the ground. If there is an area where we genuinely need to get people around the table to figure out better regulation of this section of the world, this is it. So frankly, I'm okay with it. I for the record, am not thrilled that a member of a home detention agency is on there, but they did knock it down from 2 to 1. Okay. There are many other people on there whose voices can be a little louder, maybe.
thank you.
All right. Any other questions? Seeing none, the vice chair?
Yes.
Yes. Munoz?
Yes.
Yes. Crutchfield?
Yes.
Yes. Carden? Yes. Sample Hughes? Yes. Embry? Yes. Pasteur? Yes. Tolles? Yes. Schmidt? Yes. Simmons? Yes. Boucher? Yes. Phillips? Yes. Roberson? Yes. Tomlinson? Yes. Erican? No. Oh, yes. I'm sorry. But this is why I'm repeating it now. Erican votes yes. Taylor? Yes. Simpson? Yes. Grammer? Yes. Moon? Yes. Valentine? Yes. Conaway? Kaufman?
Yes.
Yes. Williams?
Yes.
All right. All right, everybody, we will be voting tomorrow in between sessions. I will, just to put people on notice of some of the things that we're going to be looking at tomorrow include Senate Bill 182, which deals with facial recognition technology. It's a cross-file to Delegate Moon's bill. The Senate Bill 468 to do with private home detention monitoring and notification. Senate Bill 551, which is the cross-file of Delegate Kaufman's bill and House Bill 801. House Bill 209, Delegate Ampre's bill on Prison Education Delivery Reform Commission. Senate Bill 858 and perhaps other bills that will suddenly show up related to civil actions and revenge porn. This is Senator Hester's bill from yesterday. Senate Bill 1097, Senator Smith's bill on firearm safety and firearm crimes, and House Bill 947, the public nuisances and firearm industry members, Delegate Phillips's bill. These are the bills that we are going to be voting on tomorrow. I'm putting people on fair notice now. If you have any potential amendments, now's the time to go to amendment office, but I would encourage you to talk to the sponsors to make sure that you know where the bill's postures are before you go into the amendment office. With that, I think the floor is at 4. We are adjourned.